Caribbean Newsline is brought to you by the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc.
A major TNT trade union serves notice it will fight any move to cut jobs or privatize the state-owned oil company. That's our top story in Caribbean Newsline for Monday, January 13. From the CMC News Center in Bridgetown, I'm Nicole Best. Good evening. Petrotrin may have dodged a bullet when it staved off a 90-day strike by agreeing to a 5% pay increase for workers. But it could face another battle with the workers' representative if there is any attempt to put workers on the breadline or privatize the entity. The Oilfield Workers Trade Union, the OWTU, has made it clear it will resist any attempt to do either. The company has to look for 81 million TT dollars to pay the wage hike it agreed to last week. And Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says Petrotrin will have to be restructured in order to survive. But breaking his silence following Rowley's comments, President General of the OWTU, Ansel Roger, said the union won't accept anything that will disadvantage the workers.
We are not going to accept any job cuts in Petrotrin, none whatsoever.
That's union boss Ansel Roger in response to the January 11th address by the Prime Minister. But that's not all.
Nobody will be allowed to take away Petrotrin from the hands of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. When you put it in private hands, it goes to the pockets and the bank accounts of the private interests.
It's not that Mr. Roger disputes the $1.2 billion debt owed by Petrotrin, but he says the company has turned over $15.9 billion to the state over the years. And he says Petrotrin is not the only debtor.
In times gone by, Petrotrin would have been owed billions of dollars. At one time, it went up to about $7 billion in subsidies that Petrotrin was not compensated for. But because Petrotrin produced products for the country, Petrotrin was owed by the government.
And before the government looks to the lucrative proposals of private investors, the OWTU is challenging the government to consider the union's strategic plan to subdivide the company into more manageable segments,
where exploration and production could deliver on its own with its own autonomy, where refining and marketing can deliver on its own separately with its own autonomy, and of course Trinma can deliver on its own with its own autonomy. All of them carrying the highest level of accountability and sharp focus on their core responsibility.
Still in the Twin Island Republic, Angostura Holdings Limited says it will provide a 3-member committee to probe an allegation of sexual harassment against its chairman, Dr. Rolf Balgobin. Balgobin, a former independent legislator and president of the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association, has denied the claim. In November 2016, the senior female executive filed a police report alleging sexual advances by the chairman. That same month, the employee filed a whistleblower complaint through her lawyer with the Audit Committee of Angostura and the board of its parent company, CL Financial Limited. According to statement issued by the company, the board of directors has unanimously agreed to have a committee carry out an impartial investigation into the allegation. Barbados' opposition leader Mia Mottley is demanding answers from the Frondel Stewart administration on the current state of the economy. Last week, the Caribbean Information and Credit Ratings Services Limited became the latest agency to downgrade the island's economy. And Mottley told a weekend news conference that the silence of the Prime Minister and Minister of Finance is hurting business.
Is an IMF austerity program on the cards for Barbados? 2. Why, in spite of assurances from the Minister of Finance that the economy had turned the bend, as he told us last year, why has the economy continued to fail to meet targets for economic growth and for deficit and debt reduction? 3. Why is it that in spite of the celebrated increase in tourism arrivals by the Minister of Tourism, and with the fall in oil prices generally in the last 3 years, our foreign reserves have continued to decline steadily, to the point where at December 31st, 2016, less than 2 weeks ago, they fell to a 20-year low.
Over in Grenada, former government minister Alexandra Otway-Noel has sought to dispel rumors that she is going after the post of opposition leader. Otway-Noel announced her resignation last Friday, saying she was leaving to pursue opportunities in the private sector. There was widespread speculation that she was eyeing the job of the opposition leader. But the former tourism minister said in a statement on Monday that she will remain a member of the ruling New National Party, the NNP. She says she plans to maintain a positive and respectful relationship with the Prime Minister and government and will continue to assist wherever possible with the upward trajectory of the Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique. The Keith Mitchell government has not officially acknowledged Otway-Noel's resignation. The Jamaica Federation of Corrections, the JFC, is not happy about the government's decision to reject Britain's offer to build a maximum security prison in the island. And it wants to know what's the next move, considering that the infrastructure at the island's 2 maximum security prisons are falling apart and posing a risk to correctional officers and inmates. Speaking on a radio program over the weekend, the JFC chairman Arlington Turner lamented that the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center, which was built to house 650 inmates, now has more than 1,700 inmates. And he wants the Andrew Holness government to say what solution it has to the problem, since it didn't take up London on its offer. During a trip to Jamaica in 2015, when the People's National Party was in office, the then British Prime Minister David Cameron offered to spend £25 million on building a new penal institution. But last Friday, Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith told legislators that the terms the UK provided are not beneficial to the country as a whole. So the Jamaica Labour Party administration rejected the offer. Still to come in Caribbean Newsline, well, we'll hear why thousands of Haitians have been deported from Colombia. Stay with us. There's more news after the break.
Get ready for the Caribbean's most original carnival, Dominica's Carnival, Mass Dominic 2017, February 4th to the 28th. Revel in the splendor of a masquerade band. Experience the parades, the non-stop fetes, Dominica nights, Dominique Do, Mass Dominic, the real mass. Come, revel with us. Visit us online at dominicafestivals.com or call us at 767-255-8221.
Welcome to my island. Welcome to my Caribbean island. Welcome to my island.
Maybe in my next life, I'll become a golfer.
Round Hay Pharmacy now has 2 locations to fill your prescriptions promptly and efficiently. Our branch at One Accord Plaza is open daily, including Sundays and bank holidays. Also, check out our new drive-through location at Warren's Healthcare Complex in Michael, the first and only drive-through pharmacy in Barbados. For more information, call Round Hay One Accord Plaza at 421-7863 and our new drive-through branch at Warren's in Michael at 424-5574.
Authorities in Colombia say they expelled over 20,000 Haitians last year. They say the number of illegal migrants caught by immigration officials is almost more than 4 times the number caught in 2015. Director of Immigration Christian Kruger says because of its geographical position, Colombia is a major transit point for migrants seeking to reach North and Central America. He said there have been increased border controls and authorities have developed a zero-tolerance policy against smugglers who benefit from these human trafficking activities. Kruger said smugglers are paid between $2,000 and $2,500 by each migrant to cross the country. Colombian authorities say they deported nearly 34,000 illegal migrants in total from several countries, including Haiti and Cuba. Over in Belize, suspended MP Julius Espat is set to return to the House of Representatives at the next sit-in following a 5-month suspension. He was forcibly removed from the House in August last year after using unparliamentary language, but he has expressed remorse for his actions, and a deal was brokered between government MP Michael Finnegan and senior opposition officials. With Espat set to return, Finnegan says he hopes members will show more respect for the House and the Speaker in future.
I'd first of all like to thank the member from Fort George and the leader of the opposition for the vigorous involvement in resolving this matter, and that I hope and pray to the Lord in heaven that as long as I live, that I will never want to witness what happened on the 26th of August last year, and I would hope that every member in this House must realize that you are the person, Madam Speaker, that is in charge of this House.
But opposition leader John Briceño says Espat should have been back in the House of Representatives already. He says there was no reason to have kept him away so long.
Absolutely no reason why he could not have been here. He has been suspended since August. Here we are in January. As I pointed out, looking at the Constitution and looking at the standing orders, there is no law that could have prevented Julius Espat from entering the House today. Because according to the Constitution, a session is 1 year. 12 months have been up, even if you take the calendar year or you look at as to when the first session took place under the UDP government, which was in December 2015. That year is up. So without the consent of the government, without the motion that was passed, Julius Espat should legally be allowed to enter this House and to be here participating in the debate and representing the people of Kaya South.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dean Barrow defends Espat's suspension.
Because the leader of the opposition's point is well made, being the representative of a constituency is not limited to appearances in the House, to conducting the business of the House. It's far wider. And I took the decision that 7,000 is paid through the office of the Prime Minister to continue to pay the member, and I have done that. So there was no effort to be punitive. Such salary as has been withheld has to be withheld in the context of a suspension from the House.
Caribbean countries have been experiencing a cold spell for the last few weeks, and Martinique is no exception. Temperatures there have been as low as 18 degrees. We hear more in the special report from our friends at France Caraïbes Broadcast.
17 degrees in the Morne Rouge. It's warmly dressed that Jérôme leaves his home covered from head to foot. 15 degrees in the morning, it's a bit hard, it's chilly. Do not get sick. With wine, rain, time is wet. We cover. Sweaters and other sweatshirts are favored here for a few days. Accessories that seems required to some. We are equipped with a small sweater and even the duvet in the evening. I, who lived outside of Martinique, I find that this year it's cold in Morne Rouge. It's a little bit cold, and even if we left December, it's still cold. The decline in temperature doesn't worry too much. Besides, some rejoice. The freshness of the climate would be beneficial to vegetable crops. This has advantages for certain crops such as cucumbers, cabbage heads, which require low temperatures. And then the dashings, because the ground is damp and it starts well. A thermometer below 20 degrees at the end of the day and the early morning, a cold that concerns all of Martinique, a situation widely commented on social networks. I'm not accustomed, especially since we had a relatively mild December, so since early January we were surprised by these rather cool temperatures. Temperatures, violence, elections coming. We will have plenty of things for 2017. A cold that should last for a few more weeks, but rest assured we are still far from the record set at Damonta in January 1954 when the thermometer displayed 14 degrees.
We thank our friends at France Carré Broadcast for this special report, and we encourage you to join us every Monday for news from the French West Indies. And ahead in Newsline Sport, calls for the reinstatement of sacked Soca Warriors coach Stephen Hart. Stay with us. Sport is around the corner.
Welcome to my island. Welcome to my Caribbean island. Welcome to my island.
Maybe in my next life, I'll become a golfer.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
Round Hay Pharmacy now has 2 locations to fill your prescriptions promptly and efficiently. Our branch at One Accord Plaza is open daily, including Sundays and bank holidays. Also, check out our new drive-through location at Warren's Healthcare Complex in Michael, the first and only drive-through pharmacy in Barbados. For more information, call Round Hay One Accord Plaza at 421-7863 and our new drive-through branch at Warren's in Michael at 424-5574.
And less than 2 months after Stephen Hart's sacking as national coach, Trinidad and Tobago men's senior squad are calling for him to be reinstated. In a shocking development, Hart has emerged as the squad's favourite to take over following the dramatic resignation of his successor, Belgian Tom St. Fee, last Tuesday after just 5 weeks and 4 games in charge. Joassi Merrick of C Sports tells us more.
In a letter written and sent to the TTFA Technical Committee by goalkeeper John Michael Williams on behalf of the national team players, they expressed their willingness to work with the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association in selecting a replacement head coach following the resignation of Tom St. Fee. Further, the letter states, quote, "We the players come to you with utmost humility, asking for your consideration with regards to the selection of a new coach for the national men's senior team. We have accumulated a list of 4 names for special and serious consideration for the position of head coach and assistant coach. We know it is not our decision to make, neither is it our place to make such demands, but we, 23 current players, have pooled our knowledge, resources and ideas together to come up with a few names for your immediate consideration. End quote. Their first choice, not surprisingly, is Stephen Hart, while Stuart Charles Fevrier and Terry Fennick have been suggested for the head coach role, with Angus Eve as their preferred choice for assistant coach. The players justify their choices by stating that their familiarity with each of the coaches is an asset. However, they pledge to work with whosoever is the eventual choice and appeal to not be treated with prejudice. They also asked for the medical duo of Dr. Terence Babwa and Dave Isaac to be replaced with immediate effect because of a lack of trust.
Meanwhile, English-born coach Terry Fennick believes he's the man to take TNT into the 2018 World Cup. The former TT Pro League coach was among several potential candidates who showed up for screening at the TTFA headquarters in Port of Spain, and he spoke with the media after meeting the football executives. Noticeably absent from the exercise was the man the players want to lead them again.
A revolving door might best suit the TTFA with the regularity with which it hires and fires its coaches. Today alone, 3 possible senior men's head coaches came and left the football headquarters located at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. Current assistant Russell Latapy was the second to leave, with Stuart Charles Fevrier having gone this morning.
2 minutes hour. Comments now, no comments yet.
Comment now, Russell.
Comments yet.
How you think it went? Russ, how you thought it went?
Talking and communication is always good.
Terry Fennick, as can be expected of the outspoken Englishman, was much more forthcoming.
Clearly, Trinidad and Tobago football is in a mess. And what was discussed was, how do we get it back on track? Because there is a stigmatising with the TTFA and the president at the moment. Football's not in a good state. We're losing at every level.
In fact, it could be said that he was explicit when it came to expressing his chances of landing the job.
I see this as in two manners, really. I'm either the yardstick to give Stuart Charles Fevrier the job. This is me possibly sanitising it for him. Well, we tried with Terry, it didn't work out, but we've got Stuarty to fall back onto. Believe me, there's only one man locally for the job, and that's me. Ask the players. Go speak to the players. They're putting petitions together because they know what I do. I'm fair, I'm honest, I give it to them nice and easy. I lay it out so they've got pictures in their mind as to what their position is all about. And we roll from there.
But wait, there's more. Fennick and the TTFA president, David John Williams, have long been adversaries, dating back to their on-the-field tussles as Jabloteh coach and W Connection owner, respectively.
I'm confident, more than confident in my own ability. I suspect there could well be other peoples and persons in higher positions would rather not have me and have somebody else. I'm the only option.
And disgraced former CONCACAF President Jack Warner says nothing short of the action of FA Chief David John Williams can atone for the embarrassment of St. Fee's resignation. In an article in Trinidad Newsday, Warner said, and I quote, "The person who should be fired is David John Williams. They should fire him now. The guy has poor judgment. He doesn't understand football. He believes football is, of course, like Nescafe, quick fix. He doesn't know that in football, there is no quick fix." End of quote. St. Fee lasted just 4 games in charge of Trinidad and Tobago's senior men's team, winning just 1 and losing 3 before calling it quits last Thursday. Warner, who served as a long-time special advisor to the TTFA, also questioned whether St. Fee really resigned or if he was pushed. He believes St. Fee made a deal with the TTFA boss to step down and save Williams the embarrassment. St. Fee had been tasked with reviving TNT's fortunes in World Cup qualifying after they lost their opening games to Costa Rica and Honduras last November. Over to cricket now. Test batting star Marlon Samuels headlines a 14-man Leeward Islands Hurricane squad announced Sunday for this month's regional Super 50 in Antigua and Barbados. The veteran right-hander, who has not turned out in the tournament in 3 seasons, will be joined by the Trinidad and Tobago pair of Kevon Cooper and Akil Hussain for the January 24 to February 18 campaign. The 35-year-old Samuels will be a huge boost for the Hurricanes, who have been installed in a tough Zone A alongside defending champions Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, Windward Islands Volcanoes, West Indies Under-19s and English county side Kent Spitfires. Test fast bowler Alzari Joseph has also been named in the unit, which will be led by out-of-favour Test left-hander Kieran Powell. West Indies A all-rounder Rakeem Cornwall is his deputy. Batsman Jermaine Otto is the only debutant included in the squad. Hurricanes held their first training session as a unit on Monday at the Vivian Richards Cricket Stadium. And just to let you know that those matches will be taking place in Antigua and Barbuda and Barbados. TNT batsman Jason Mohammed is looking to make a pitch for a place in the regional team when he plays for Red Force in the regional Super 50. TV6's Vinod Nawani caught up with the Trinidadian and filed this report.
Trinidad and Tobago's cricketers are getting ready to defend their regional Super 50 crown, with Team Red Force taking on the Windward Islands Volcanoes on January 27th in their opener. Batsman Jason Mohammed is part of the TNT side and is looking forward to the tournament.
Yeah, there's a lot of expectation for me this year. I did not have a too good tournament last year, so I'm really looking forward to this. You know, in terms of my personal goals and trying to achieve certain things, to try and help the team win the tournament. And for me personally, to get good scores and to have a lot of runs in this tournament, to put myself back on West Indies team.
Mohammed was part of the West Indies A side that won the limited over series against Sri Lanka A last year. He says the impact he made across there has boosted his confidence.
Yeah, it was a very good tournament for me. You know, out of the 3 games, scored 100 and a 50. So it was a very good tournament for me. Hopefully I can repeat some of those good performances in this tournament. And as I said before, it's just to keep myself, you know, fit and in the right frame of mind, you know, to do well in this tournament and, you know, to put myself in strong contention of playing for West Indies.
So has he set himself any goals with bat and his part-time off-spin for this year's Super 50?
Oh, no, none as yet. I tend to do it just before the tournament and stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely there will be some goals and hopefully I can achieve them at the end of the day.
Mohammed says even though TNT have had it rough in the 40 format, Team Red Force can still finish in the top 3 if they show determination.
And that's the sport. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Caribbean Newsline is brought to you by the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc.
Round Hay Pharmacy now has 2 locations to fill your prescriptions promptly and efficiently. Our branch at One Accord Plaza is open daily, including Sundays and bank holidays. Also, check out our new drive-through location at Warren's Healthcare Complex in Michael, the first and only drive-through pharmacy in Barbados. For more information, call Round Hay One Accord Plaza at 421-7863 and our new drive-through branch at Warren's in Michael at 424-5574.
Welcome to my island. Welcome to my Caribbean island. Welcome to my island.
Maybe in my next life, I'll become a golfer.
Again, the major developments of this day. The union representing Petrotrin workers in Trinidad and Tobago says it will resist any effort to cut staff or privatize the company. And before we go, we at the Caribbean Media Corporation would like to say congratulations to producer Renee Sion, who welcomed her bouncing baby boy today. Congratulations, Renee. That's Caribbean Newsline. For news and sport around the clock, log on to CondaNews.com. We'll be back here again tomorrow. But from all of us at CMC News, thank you for watching and do have yourselves a good night.